So in your instructions, like on a quiz or a test, it will tell you what the center of the circle will be. And so you want to make sure that when you draw your circle, and this probably won't let me do it very nicely because I don't have a compass for my iPad, but when you draw your circle on this, you want to just make sure that the center is where it's told you to be, all right? So if your center is A, you want to make sure that A is the one that you're going around, all right? That A is the one that you're going around. All right, so you want to make sure that you have drawn a line that is longer than what you're trying to draw, that you measure the segment you were given using your compass, and then you mark on the line your line segment that you have drawn that is the same length, okay? All right, your first step when you copy an angle. So this is the angle that you have been given, all right? You've been given this angle. The first thing you want to do is you want to just draw a ray. So you want to just draw a straight ray right here that is going to represent the base of this angle, all right? So you just want a ray that represents the base of this angle here. All right, that's your first step, okay? So you'll use your straight edge to draw this. You don't want to just freehand it. You want to use a straight edge and draw it. And then you are going to take your compass. Now your compass, it doesn't matter what width it is, as long as it is not longer than the angle you've been given as far as the base of that angle. So you're just going to stretch it out so that you know it's going to hit on that angle when you draw. You're going to put your point on the vertex of the angle that they gave you. And then you're going to draw an arc. So you're going to draw this arc that goes across, and mine's not going to be pretty because it won't stick to my page, but it's going to go across here all the way over here. So you're going to draw this arc, all right? So you're just going to stretch your compass out to some width, and you're going to draw an arc that crosses both legs of your angle, all right? Both legs of your angle need to be crossed with that arc. And then you do not want to move the width of your compass. Do not change the width after you have done that. Leave it that width. Okay, so you're going to draw an arc on the angle they gave you and leave your compass the width that you had it when you drew that arc. Oh my God. Okay, leave your compass that width. Do you want it to touch the edge? It needs to touch both legs of your angle. It needs to touch both legs. It doesn't need to go to the edge necessarily, but it needs to touch both legs of your angle. All right? Yeah, don't move your compass once you have drawn your arc. All right, once you've drawn that arc, you're going to draw the same exact arc on the line you created. So whatever width you had it, you're going to put your point at the end of your line, and you're going to draw an arc down here. And just make sure it goes far enough so that when you go to measure your angle that you have it at the right length. Mine is sliding all over the place. Okay? So you're going to draw an arc on the one they gave you, and you're going to draw an arc the same exact width on the one that you drew. No, cannot be anywhere on the line. You have to start at the beginning, and then you have to draw the arc. You have to put your point at the end of your line there. All right, your next step is to take your compass, and you are going to measure from where it crossed the base here to where it crossed the other leg of the angle. So you're going to take your compass and you're going to put the point on where it crossed the first one, and you're going to stretch it out to where it reaches the other one, all right? Put your point right here. Put your pencil right here, okay? Your point should go right here. The point of your compass should go right here. And the pencil should go right here. You are just measuring that distance. So you are measuring that distance between where it crosses the two legs of the angle that they gave you. All right, where it crosses the two legs of the angle that it gave you. So you're doing this measurement right here. All right, you're just putting your point on one end and your pencil on the other. You're measuring this distance right here with your compass. So once you measure the distance, you do not want to move your compass width at this point. After you've measured, don't move the compass. Once you've measured, you're going to move it to the angle that you're creating. And you are going to do the same thing on that arc. You are going to put your pencil right here, and you are going to draw up here where it crosses that measurement you just took. So put your point right here, and your pencil mark should be over here. And so it will look something like this, assuming that I drew this wide enough, which hopefully I did. All right, so you have the arc that you drew, and it should cross the width that you just marked, all right? At this point, you should have the arc, and you should have a mark on it that measures the length of that arc, okay? And once you have that, you are just simply connecting this end of the line here to where it crossed. So you're using a straight edge. Make sure you use a straight edge. You are going to put the straight edge down, and you are just going to connect where the end of your line was to where those crossed over. So you're just going to connect those right there. Connects the end of your line to where it crossed when you drew your marks. End of the line to where it crossed when you drew your marks. And then you should have congruent angles. Now, keep in mind, you have human error here, right? So your compass could slip a little bit, right? It's important that you use your straight edge and that you do this as gently as possible so that you're not pushing down and it's sliding open on you, okay? But when I grade this, what I'm looking for is I'm looking for all the correct marks. So when I grade this, I go back and I make sure that you measured this arc and that you have an arc here, okay? I check and make sure that you measured here and that you have a dash here. And then I see that you connected it. So never go back and erase your marks, your construction marks. That's how I grade you, okay? So do not go back and try to clean it up so it looks prettier. You just erased all of the marking, all right? And so then I won't have the marks to see that you constructed it correctly.